Welcome back. I sincerely apologize. I was drinking the morning laxative. I was drinking the morning laxative and had to use the bathroom. All right. So, hey guys, my name is Amber Briders. I used to be A Marie, but thanks to Kara and Keegan for abusing YouTube's reporting system, they got my channel banned and removed. So, just putting it out there. A few key things about the whole entirety of what's going on. So, if you guys haven't been paying attention, I've been severely cyberbullied, doxxed, harassed, all of that for the past 3 years. So, let me begin with telling you guys exactly who I feel started this entire ordeal. Evidence 1. Tony Henderson, aka Porkchop 99E9. He's been in jail multiple times. I don't know if y'all could see that, but he is 35 to 36 years old, 300 pounds, 5'9". And from what I was told, he is currently in jail for assault and battery again. The girl who is stalking me, Kara Sykes, aka Sage Firefly, aka Lavender Barks, aka whatever the fuck she decides to call herself next. Who knows? Larceny under $500 for theft at Walmart. That is a 4th degree theft in Alabama. 4th degree theft involves stealing property or services valued at or under $500. Class A misdemeanors carry a penalty of up to 1 year's incarceration and a fine of up to $6,000 or both. Kind of looks like she was in jail for a while. Now, these people, believe it or not, have been attacking me for the past 3 years. They got my channel removed. They're celebrating it. But the problem I'm having is Kara's whole timeline and story. Okay, back in 2017, according to her, she was around 14 years old. This is according to her. Kara went to Cleveland, Ohio with a trans man who is immobile, wears a diaper, still has a vagina, and can't do shit for himself, claims that this person groomed, raped, and molested her when she was a minor. The biggest problem that I have throughout this entire ordeal is when it happened, Kara's mom made this a missing persons report. It's an actual missing person report. And if you scroll down and you look at the age, 18 years old. So the time that she got with Devin, was the same time that her mom posted that she was missing. Like, to me, the timeline doesn't add up. How can you be 18 years old when you're in Cleveland, Ohio with a guy that, or a trans man that's in his 20s? You claim to be 14, but the missing reports and everything show that you are 18 years old. Like, none of this even makes sense. None of it. And it's like, to me, I think one of the biggest talking points that I have, one of the biggest talking points that I have is, if you're 18 years old, you leave home with somebody else, go to another state with that person, and you are of age, why the fuck are you going around telling people that you're a minor? What gives you the fucking right to go, oh, I'm 14 years old? And one of the biggest things that really just irked the hell out of me, I'm going to turn it like that for a second. But one of the biggest things that irked the hell out of me is Kara. And I'm going to refer to this person as Kara because I have no respect whatsoever for this person at all. Kara literally throws her kinky dog sex bullshit on everybody. And after doing more investigation, this person has sold child porn on Kick and many other different streaming platforms. Like, I don't get it. This person literally was making posts about, or had told somebody that they wanted to have sex with a mutilated baby corpse with maggots coming out of it and cum coming out of its eyes. That's what her sexual fantasy was. Okay. That's gross. That's extremely fucking gross. And I literally sit there and I question myself, like, how in the hell is this person allowed to be on the internet? Just weird, kinky sex shit that nobody wants to hear, nobody wants to know about. And you're fucking dog ugly to me. Like, what the fuck? So, something I wanted to talk about when it comes to Tony Henderson, the reason why I brought him up in the first place. I met him 2013 in a homeless shelter. Came back to Michigan. I couldn't stay with my mom. Needed a place to stay, so I stayed at a homeless shelter. And this was after I was already in LA and in Hollywood, staying at my producer's home and my handler's home because I was on my way to becoming really big and famous. Came home, stayed at the Haven of Rest Ministry Shelters in Battle Creek, Michigan. That's where I met Tony Henderson. At the time that I met him, I was fresh in my rap career. I was like, yo, like, can you rap, dude? Like, just curious. Like, can you rap? Can you freestyle? He was like, I used to. I'm like, what do you mean used to? He's like, well, I kind of started giving it up because, like, I'm homeless and I can't take care of my kids. I can freestyle and I'm homeless. What's the excuse? So then we started freestyling. Then we got close. We became like family. I recorded his very first album. I did ad libs on his very first album. I got him radio shows. I got him put on TV, and I jump started his career. And to pay me back, because he got mad, he went on a little tangent all over Facebook calling me a pedophile and a groomer and a rapist. I blocked him. A few years went by like we normally do. Like if we have a little fight and a little tangent, a few years go by, we kind of hash it out and we become friends again. And shit went south. I had about what was it? I had a free ticket to go anywhere in the states that I wanted. I gave that up so Tony could come from Michigan to Oregon. Because I'm like, dude, you're my boy. Like I want to help you out. Like, what the fuck? So I helped him get here. Hell, I let him stay with me. He started eating my food without asking. He started going through my cabinets and taking what he wanted without asking. When he was in my apartment, he would have his earbuds in and shaking his leg and literally not paying attention to shit. I try to have conversations with them and I'd be totally ignored. So I had enough and I kicked his ass out. I grabbed all that I thought, was there. I grabbed everything I could see of his and kicked his ass out, which was August 15th, 2023. And then August 16th, he comes back to my home and he's like, bam, 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 bam. Portland police, bam, bam, bam. Portland PD, open up the door. We got a search warrant. So me being in a wheelchair, stood up a little bit so that way I could open up the door. He bunges in and he starts fucking throwing hands and fucking knocks me back in the wheelchair. Starts rummaging through my apartment, filming the entire incident. Going, see Portland, see police, Amber's stealing from me. Look what Amber's doing. Somebody that I bent over backwards to help. Somebody that I took care of his kids. I did a lot for this person. Going back to when I stayed on Cherry Street in Battle Creek, Michigan with him and Amanda. And this is when he had Takir and Keanu at the time. His two kids. Every morning around 5 o'clock in the morning, Amanda would get up, get in the car, and go to work. Tony, who was supposed to be a responsible adult, was supposed to take care of his kids. He didn't get up until 2 to 3 in the afternoon which meant his kids were just running around the house, getting in trouble, doing whatever they wanted. I stepped in as a parental authority and was not only babysitting the kids, but was being a parent to the kids. And guys, I was getting food stamps at the time. Like I was getting like $198 in food stamps or something like that back in Michigan at the time. I used 89% of my food stamps to make sure his kids had food because his lazy ass was sleeping. And I had to be a fucking parent. The reason, the true honest reason why they kicked me out was because I went to the store to get the kids some food. And because of me parenting the kids and understanding how they can do stuff like kids do, they said they kicked me out because they found Amanda's bra in my suitcase. Now, knowing these kids, they like to throw shit around the house. They like to put stuff around the house because guess what? They're kids. But Tony would know that if he would actually be a responsible adult and a responsible father. He would know that if he was actually there for his kids. So, case point proven that I was raising his kids while he was asleep and Amanda was at work. Did I ask for that responsibility? No. It was put on my shoulders. And that's what kind of jump started me as being more adult, more grown, more understanding, more compassionate. Because I knew what it was like to raise kids. Later on, actually going back to the story, Tony started putting all over the internet that I'm a pedophile, a predator, and this and that, the other. Which we all know is a lie. I'm sorry. I'm not the one that was out sleeping with minors like Tony was. Because when I knew Tony, this had to be, what was it? It was about 2014 that I was back in Michigan. And Tony invited me to stay with this guy named Matt, and I think the other guy's name was Andrew or something like that, over on Michigan Avenue, about a mile down the road from the Haven of Rest shelter. We were at that house, and I seen Tony come out of the bedroom with a 16-year-old girl. I got in his face and I questioned him about it. He pulled out a knife and he said, "You say shit about this and I'll fuck you up." So while the remainder of the time I was in Battle Creek, I didn't say shit because I didn't want to get killed. I didn't want to be stabbed. That's the whole truth behind it. And Tony swears up and down that, oh, it never happened. It bullshit. It did. Okay. Then later on I found out a bunch of stuff about Matt, which ironically his last name was also Henderson. He's a convicted felon. I didn't know that at the time, but he was. The reason I'm bringing all this up is because after I kicked Tony out of the house and after he robbed me, I got a protection order put on him. And because of the protection order, and within the protection order, it said to take away all firearms and weapons that he owns or that his friends own, so that way I can stay safe. He got pissed because his friends' guns, which I think they had like 15 or 20 guns in the apartment, were taken. They were seized. And he got pissed off. And so I think what he did, from my own perspective, he contacted Kara and Keegan, because Tony has a habit of contacting people that I put in the dark, that I don't want any contact with. He has a habit of that. This is what I'm assuming. He contacted Kara and Keegan, and that's what started this whole thing for the past 3 years. Because she admitted time and time again that she contacted me out of the blue, and I wanted zero contact with her. And I've said this time and time again, but no matter what they say, they still try and put the narrative as I'm the one that started it. I got something to ask you. If I'm the one that really started this, show us all proof of conversations that Sage and I supposedly had before March 16th of 2024. Prove it. Because I can prove, without a reasonable of a doubt, that March 16th, 2024, you're the one that hit me up. I wanted nothing to do with you. You're the one that contacted me. So no matter how many times you try and spin the story and trying to spin the narrative to make you look good, I'm going to still stick to the truth. Because my dad always said, the truth will set you free. And apparently, it's been said around the world for a long time, obviously. But he also said, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. You do something to somebody else, they can come at you equally or they can go sideways with it. And I'm done trying to play fair. And I told you guys that this was just stage 1. Stage 2 is going to get a lot worse for you. I'm done being pushed around. I'm done being called names and accusations about me that aren't true. You have no viable facts or even viable information to prove your fucking accusations and rumors. But what you do have is lie after lie after lie. This has been Amber Byers from Dark Force Game and The Truth Will Set Me Free on Twitch and Substack. If you guys want to see more, please subscribe to my Substack, which is weird for me to say. I'm used to saying subscribe to YouTube, but thanks to Kara, I can't. And also YouTube, I hope you see this, and I hope you understand that I've been trying to fucking tell you the goddamn truth since day one. But you wanted to believe a bunch of mass reporting by people who were abusing YouTube's reporting system. Guys, stay tuned. It's going to keep getting wilder every day that I do these lives, and I will show you guys more proof and more and more and more. Love y'all.